Recently, during a Fireside chat with the Sadguru Madhusudan Sai in Atlanta, USA, Madhusudan Sai was asked many challenging questions. Here is one of those many questions. His answer was really eye-opener. Listen through. Sadhguru, why should the people support your cause among all other philanthropic organizations out there?
And I'm not here to compete with organizations that you already support. This is not a competition or a prize at the end, but yeah, some ways we are unique and why your support will make a bigger impact. Everybody looks at impact at the end. Whatever I'm doing, I have limited resources, but I want to make maximum impact with it. So when you talk about it, why our education system or healthcare system or whatever nutrition is very impactful, I'll just give you a brief summary. One, when you put money into something like this, you obviously want most of the money to work for the cause, not for administration and other overheads. If you really look around, no offense meant, but most of the NGOs in a country, a developed country like the US, would charge you 40 to 45% administrative costs. It means when you give $1, 45 cents are going to just take care of the administrative overheads. And the remaining only goes to the actual need is being served. Some places, you won't believe, some of the very branded organizations have administrative costs up to 80%. So it's just the 20 cents that goes to the real work. And we have worked very hard to keep our costs very efficient. We are always below, now because of the medical college, which is quite higher in terms of intensity of payments, but still we keep it below 15% at any given day. And some of our schools run below 8% administrative costs. Why does it happen? Because we have a lot of volunteers participating. But in a forum like this, and I was mentioning this, another NGO got offended. They said, Swamiji, you have plenty of volunteers. We have none. We have to pay. I said, yes, that's your model. This is our model. Annapurna, which is the morning breakfast program, it serves 10 million school children. I'm sure by the time I will go back, it will be 14 million because there is one more state joining us. You know how many are employees in Annapurna Trust for serving 14 million children? What do you think should be the number of people on the trust to look after this program? Probably a few thousands to look after because we are in 25 states and 150,000 plus schools. So geographical spread. We have just 45 employees and the rest are all volunteers. 5,000 volunteers work with this mission. And we don't pay them a rupee. That makes this system very efficient. Our hospitals run so many of the doctors just doing voluntary work, and they come from UAE, UK, Singapore, Australia, the US. They come and do free service, and that would cost a lot. So, except the regular staffing that is a must as per the rules, rest of them are all volunteers. Even you saw those people in orange scarves who were working in the hospital. They are parents of our own students who come and give voluntary services in the hospital. So we don't hire extra staff for such works. And we call them as sevadals in our system, which is like volunteers. And they are parents of our children, whose children are anyway getting free education. So I asked them, we will give you everything free, but you must also give back to the society. Please be volunteers in our institution. So they volunteer at Annapurna, at the hospitals, at schools, and so on. That makes financial efficiencies. And I think anybody who has worked hard to earn $1 here would want $1 to go to the needy. Maybe a little less because of other small costs, but you can't take away 50% of it. So that is one of the major reasons why I would say if you are supporting. Second, we are really working in the most underserved and unserved communities, not low-hanging fruits anymore. We go to the tribal most difficult areas. And picking up kids, because we have such a huge volunteer force, we go into the rural areas, into the interiors of the country and pick the kids from there. And we do a lot of background check, we understand them very well because of our presence everywhere. We are almost everywhere in the country. That helps us identify the right kind of candidates and make sure that whatever we are doing for them, it really is going to make a big impact in that community. Third, most of our students and staff are our own people who have joined us back. They have been groomed for 10 years in our system. They are the best people to run the system because they understand it inside out. And they are passionate and they are purpose driven. It is not like recruiting from the market. But this has helped us to run the system more efficiently and with a lot of inspiration and motivation. So our own internal staffing, and that has helped us do the job very well. And above all, as I said, one looks at whether it is scalable, how many people can you serve with that kind of resources, both from the point of view of human resources and otherwise. And we have continuously scaled. Many people asked us in the beginning, oh, how long will it last? We're running it all for free. You can only do so much. We say as long as it lies in us, we will keep working and doing. Then it kept growing, and more organizations joined, government programs joined, more corporate philanthropies. They joined us and they spread across the world. Now it's in so many countries. We are in Nigeria, as I said, Fiji and Sri Lanka. There are hospitals. They are also running free of charge. And now this Clarksdale thing, and I'm happy to tell you, in Clarksdale there was actually a county hospital which was at the verge of closing down because no revenues in these places, because there are no insured patients. Most of them are underinsured or uninsured. So these hospitals were shutting down, but we went there and said, please don't shut it down, because 25 hospitals in and around Mississippi have been shut down, rural hospitals. Where will these people go? They can't go to a private setup. And there are people, the mothers, single mothers who do 2-3 jobs a day, locking their children up in their homes. So we should do something, and that's how we started supporting this. And we have now supporting the mother and child programs. So now this is a great, a partnership. There's an existing hospital. We don't have to build a new hospital, but if we support them, run it well, then it helps the people in that community. So we are kind of scalable, sustainable, and the impact at the cost that we undertake is tremendous. I don't see many organizations do that. Even big organizations, which are world organizations, even their costs are quite high. So I think that is something that anybody who wants to support will look at. Raj Dave is coming. I can't get a cardiologist like him for free, but he comes. Gautami, she just does voluntary work. On top of that, if I ask her, please contribute something, she does that as well on top of it. So they pay and work for free. Can you believe that? These are the kind of people who are behind the scenes. That is why we are very efficient. I think that's one reason to join, and we are non-denominational. We are open to all without any discrimination whatsoever. No demands, no discrimination. So I think that's also something that people appreciate.